turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hello and welcome everybody, or welcome back everybody, to the Formula Sausage Dodgers Racing, hosted on iRacing. This week we're at the Hungaroring, folks, for round 3 of this epic championship. A track length of 2.7 miles or 4.381 kilometers. It was founded in March of 1986, the first F1 race behind the Iron Curtain. We're located in Hungary, 12 miles or 20 kilometers from the capital of Budapest. We have 14 corners, 8 to the right, 6 to the left, and an elevation change of around 113 feet or 34.5 meters. Nearly half-mile long straightaway. Got a couple keys to the race here for you as well. Qualifying matters here. It really will be imperative for the drivers because overtaking is difficult. Grid position is very important. A good qualifying lap can make or break your race. Momentum management. You lose time fast when restarting on cold or overly worn tires, especially in a tight field. Stay clean early. Losing momentum on lap 1 will cost you a lot of positions. Clean air is a huge advantage, and a packed dirty air kills grip in the corners. If you're leading or in clean air, your lap times will stay sharper. Avoid those unnecessary battles early. If you can hold on to your position, keep your race clean. And mental discipline will win. Precision will beat aggression here. Mistakes in the twisty bits cost more than time aggressive passes that will gain you anything. Keep focused corner to corner, then the layout. A few breathers than most track. Let's take a look at Luca Monroe right now, because they're on for a potential flyer right now. Luca looking pretty good through the first sector now. Holding on to provisional P2, gets bested by Nick Stubb in the number 69 car. A little bit of a moment there at turn 5, causing the driver to lose grip just a little bit, but cutting it nicely through the chicane. Is Luca Monroe gonna be on 1? He's green through sector 1, but not gaining enough time in that sector for it to be purple. Pushing hard all the way out towards turn 11 now. Hard and heavy on the brakes before you get down to 12A, 13, and then the U-turn of turn 14. Luca losing a little bit of time in Sector 2. Can it be made up in Sector 3? It will be purple in Sector 3, a 134.045 at the end of the day. Will not be good enough for that pole position, though. Now looking over at Kyra Krasenberg, pilot of the 117. Kyra Krasenberg trying to stitch it all together now. Tessitore goes up into provisional pole with a 133.432. Krasenberg steals away P3 33.532. 99 thousandths away from Tessitore. Stubb just gets bested by 36 thousandths. Monroe by 6/10. Daniel Moffat out there still running right now. And we're just getting a few of the drivers to finish up their session. Check out if Tommy Harala is still out there. Tommy is out there running a lap. Just about to complete lap 3, but it will be the end of their run. Tessitore is out there. Currently running in that provisional pole position. Last lap around was that best lap, a 133.43. This will be Tessitore's final run for the qualifying session, and I believe that will conclude the session for everybody. Simon Darsh only completed 1 lap. Mark Richards only completed 1 lap as well. And they're both in the pits right now, so not sure what happened there. Only 11 participants this evening. Turn out a little bit lower than we'd like to see, but some drivers may not like the Hungaroring. 133.226 is that new provisional pole time to beat. Tessitore puts 0.2 between himself and Nick Stubb. Let's take a quick look at the championship standings as well. It's Noah Osbaldeston in the lead by 26 points. Then Luca Monroe in P2. Craig Cameron in P3. Mark Richards in P4. Alejandro Tessitore in P5. Kyra Krasenberg in 6th. Jack McCarthy in 7th. Nick Stubb in 8th. Leslie Simpkins in P9. Andrea Pizzetti in 10th. Oliver Smith in 10th. Simon Hutchings in 12th. Christian Barker in 13th, Tim Williams in 14th, Daniel Moffat, Tommy Harala, Mickey Phipps, and Simon Darsh round out the 18 on the screen. Andrew Kesterton, Anthony Ward, Kevin Barry, Paul Sims, Harry Howard, William Graham, and Claudio Buccanelli will round out the 25 participants in this championship. Thank you to everybody who showed up, shown out, and given their support to the Sausage Dodgers. You guys help keep the lights on. And speaking of keeping the lights on, thank you very much to tonight's sponsor. It will be SRD Technologies, not to be confused with SDR Technologies. This is completely different. SRD Technology UK enables your business to work smarter and is the ideal choice for your technology needs. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing innovative and effective solutions to help your business succeed. With years of experience in the industry, we understand the importance of staying ahead of the curve and adapting to new technologies as they emerge. We take pride in our ability to work closely with our clients to understand their unique needs and requirements. Our personalized approach ensures that we deliver tailored solutions that are both effective and efficient. From IT support, networking, and security solutions and beyond, we have the expertise and resources to help your business thrive. At SRD Technology UK, we are committed to providing exceptional service to support our clients. Our team is available 24/7 to answer your questions and provide timely assistance whenever you need it. Just a little bit about SRD Technologies there. If you are in any need of technological support and help, contact Simon Darsh, or Simone, as we like to call him in the chat, and SRD technology will be the resource for you. But for now, we've got to get ready for the grid. Let's take a quick look at that grid lineup. Tessa Torre, Nick Stubb, next to Kyra Krastenberg and Luca Monroe, Jack McCarthy, Daniel Moffat, Tommy Harrell, Ollie Smith, Mark Richards, Simon Darsh, Andrea Pizzetti, and Leslie Simpkins will round out the 6 rows of drivers here tonight. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's a pleasure to be your host. As always, I'm Sagar Bakshi, aka The Real High, taking you from green to checkered flag with the Sausage Dodgers League. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. It helps out the analytics and support the stream. Now, the red lights are about to come illuminated, and when they go out, we will go green flag running. And it's green, green, green here for Sausage Dodgers Formula Super Lights. And it looks like Tessa Torre is on the defensive because Nick Stubb is on the attack. Covering off that inside line is the 0-4. We're going to go 3 wide, and it's going to go RG Bargy all the way back. But we're going to go 3 wide in towards turn 1. Kyra Krastenberg tried to carry her speed the long way around the outside line. Now she's going to try to do it again here at turn number 2. Will it work this time around? A little over-under action, not going well for Kyra. Mounts the curb, goes coast to coast on the sausages, not avoiding them, but more importantly, Tessa Torre loses out P1 to Nick Stubb, who is now in the lead of this event and has that clean air advantage. So it's looking good for Nick Stubb, but a yellow flag maybe has a slowdown penalty. Yes, he does. We'll have to give up some of that time, potentially going into the final couple of corners. Now, this is as tight as it could possibly get. It's quick, fast, in a hurry, Sausage Dodgers style. The breakout has begun, but we have a 40-minute race. There is a pit stop to be applied as well, but the weather might play a factor in this event because the drivers, well, oh, there goes Tessa Torre to the inside line, forcing the 69 of Nick Stubb high and dry to the outside line, but crisscross applesauce. Stubb carries the speed and is back up into P1. All the way over to the pit wall. Now crisscross back over to the racing line. No, still covering off the inside line. It will be side by side, headed down into one's turn 1, but it will be Tessa Torre with the advantage, but into deep, just like some 41. No, the 04 got P1 back, aptly put, but the 69 still battling away here. We still have to take a look at that green flag start because Leslie Simpkins got involved in an incident very early on and now is at the back of the pack in P12. All status quo as far as positions gained and lost for the first 6 on the grid right now. Luca Monroe in P4 closes down the gap on Kyra Krastenberg up ahead. Nestled into the top 5 with that blue livery and that pink hair of his. And it is all looking good for the drivers right now. Clean and tidy for the most part here. It is absolutely phenomenal stuff to see the drivers this close to each other this early on in the race. But will it last is the question. We talked about dirty air being very tricky to negotiate here, especially with as many twisty bits as this track has. And Leslie Simpkins goes down pit lane, takes a repair, and is able to come back out. Probably will not be able to make it to the end of the event on fuel alone, so we'll have to come down pit road one more time. Here comes Tessitore and Nick Stubbs' charge. The battle for P1 continues to blaze away right now. There's the lap times from Stubb to Tessitore. You can see the advantage going the way of Tessitore on the previous. We'll keep this up and see if it stays within spitting distance on the third lap. But track limits violation potentially for Tessitore there as he gets his wheels off onto the green painted stuff on the outside line. Now Stubb still closes down, but stays within touching distance down this 0.52 mile straightaway down the front stretch. Tessitore loses out on lap 3. Fast lap going to Nick Stubb. He peaks, but I think that was just a threatening look rather than an actual attack, trying to force any mistake from the driver from Italy ahead. Not happening on this occasion, though. The 2.8K rated driver won't be shooken up that fast. While we have a few moments, let's take a look at the replay of the race start and see if we can dissect what happened here. There's the 33 of Leslie Simpkins. And we're going 4 wide, 3 wide for sure, and that's unfortunately what hasn't happened to Leslie Simpkins on the race start. The Hello Kitty machine getting the worst end of that deal. And I'm genuinely surprised that Ollie Smith's car doesn't have more damage. This is the 3-way battle between Pizzetti, Darsh, and Ollie Smith here. Daniel Moffat about 12 seconds ahead of this battle right in front of us. Ollie Smith keeping us entertained. Let's go to the gyro cam. And you can tell Ollie Smith isn't looking to make this move right now, as he seemingly backed off the throttle going into the kink. Now into the chicane, closes down the gap marginally, mounting the curb but not touching the sausages. Seems aptly named for the Sausage Dodgers to avoid the sausages. Now, into the final few corners. Oh, and there's a little mistake from Pizzetti up ahead. Oh, Nick Stubb closing down the gap on Tessitore. And Luca Monroe also closing down the gap on Krassenberg up ahead, but getting a slowdown penalty. Luca Monroe tumbles down the order, and that'll be a crash from Monroe. Let's get a replay of what happened here. And they're chasing down Krassenberg in a big wiggle, going in towards turn 5, the 56, then loses it into 6. It gets on the loud pedal a little eagerly to get back onto the racetrack, but recovers well with a safe rejoin. So Krassenberg healthily now into P3, has a comfortable margin to the cars around them. Here's a look back at Ollie Smith and Simon Darsh. The 10th and 11th place drivers trying to find themselves their haul of points for the evening. The gap up ahead between Tessitore and Nick Stubb has expanded ever so slightly to around 0.6 of a second between the pair. Ollie Smith, 3 positions down right now, trying to recover and get my Simon Darsh ahead. And the UK driver, number 44, has the last lap, best lap. Oh, excuse me, no, that was Pizzetti last lap, best lap. But Simon Darsh is matching his last times and best times. A 1:35.29 last lap around, 1:35.30. But the heat is on from Ollie Smith behind, 1:35.3 as well. And there, Darsh is trying to cover off the racing line from Pizzetti. Ollie Smith still on the charge. Fast laps coming in from Harala, Darsh, and Smith. There it is, the move from Ollie Smith, the look, the dive, the lunge in towards turn 1. And it doesn't go the way of Bottas. It goes the way of clean and fair racing. Darsh and Smith continue to challenge each other. This will be the best opportunity, the lead and the run down towards the first corner. 3-way battle brewing here as well. This is Jack McCarthy leading Daniel Moffat and Mark Richards, as Moffat is caught in a sandwich of SDR cars. Now, this is an important statistic to look at, or data point to look at, is that McCarthy is not catching up to Krassenberg. Krassenberg actually escaping up the road by 1.2 seconds on that previous lap. Now again, Krassenberg faster by nearly half a second. Jack McCarthy obviously suffering a little bit. Now let's check out the lap times between McCarthy and Daniel Moffat. And Moffat seems to be the advantageous driver right now. Gaining just a couple of tenths, but it's enough to get within striking distance of the car in front. Also, let's not remember to factor in, or let's not forget to factor in the fact that drivers could be fuel saving a little bit and electing to take shorter pit stop times. We don't know what the drivers have up their sleeves just yet. The Hungaroring in 1986 was constructed in just 8 months for a full F1 grade circuit. It topples any record to date. It was completed just in time for the first Hungarian Grand Prix in 1986. Over to Simon Darsh and Tommy Harala, who are going to go wheel to wheel on the entry towards turn 1. Darsh in the 44, Harala in the 14 there, in the number 11. White and blue machinery loses out to Darsh, up 1. Harala now under attack from Ollie Smith. We can see them attacking and gaining time now as a pair, Darsh and Smith. Now, Smith trying to find P10, and Tommy Harala being the gatekeeper of that position right now. Both Harala and Smith were caught out in that early lap 1 incident. As it's extremely difficult to overtake here, and one of the prime opportunities being the run in towards the first corner because of the very long straight and the slipstream to boot. Unless you can compromise a driver's exit out of turn 1 and out of turn 1A down and towards turn 2. This track, Hungaroring, was built in a natural valley, so spectators from almost 80% of the grandstands can see most of the circuit from their seats, making it one of the most fan-friendly circuits for viewing. Drivers often compare it to Monaco without the walls, as the racing and the overtaking can become so intense at times. And here we see Harala and Darsh and Ollie Smith going wheel to wheel, as Darsh has actually escaped up the road quite a bit. Darsh up the road by nearly 3 seconds, now chasing down Andrea Pizzetti, the Italian number 13 driver. The 17 looks at the number 12's rear wing now. Now, a big lunge to the inside line, but the 17 has a huge lockup, and those brake discs are glowing like fire. Let's check out Daniel Moffat's battle with Jack McCarthy, as the Sausage Dodgers cars squeeze a little tighter on Moffat in P5. Driver from the UK. Luca Monroe comes down pit lane on that lap. That would be lap number 12 for Monroe, who's had a bit of a roller coaster of a run, having a crash on lap 6, unfortunately. That big spill he had going in towards turn 4 led into the spin in turn 5. Here's Mofat chasing down McCarthy. Richards there in tow as well. Ollie Smith, Tommy Harala exchange positions right now, and we're going to go 3 wide with the number 44 going down into the chicane. That's a bit dangerous, and the 44 still there out in front in 8th place in front of Tommy Harala and Ollie Smith. Simon Darsh passes Mark Richards now, who comes down pit road. Tommy Harala loses the position to Ollie Smith, the run into 1. Mark Richards comes out just behind them. The 420 is the first of the pit stop callers, leading the field in P10, so not too shabby. Kyra Krasenberg has an off at the chicane, and this allows Jack McCarthy to close down at a rate of a rocket ship. The 24 of Jack McCarthy is there and challenging for a podium now. Kyra Krasenberg trying to shake off any of the dirty debris stuck to her tires. And actually, Mofat breaks away from this 3-way and will join everybody else in pit lane. Mark Richards and Luca Monroe, both with meatball flags. Let's check out what happened here with Mark Richards as they were caught out in an incident. So this looks like the run into 4, a big off for Richards. Pirouettes the car. And collects Monroe, and the side pod is obliterated for Richards. And we're back, folks, but it seems like we've lost Krasenberg. Nope, we're back for good. I'll stop touching things, I promise. Jack McCarthy still in tow from Krasenberg. Pizzetti down pit lane, the Italian driver number 13. lose a couple of positions. So, update on the drivers that have taken pit stops now. It'll be Moffat, Simpkins, Pizzetti that lead. Richards and Monroe both taking 2 pit stops now. Ollie Smith now is in a great position, but no, Simon Darsh has a big spin. Just as we were looking at Simon Darsh and their successful run, they were up 5. They got passed by Ollie Smith as they had a slip and slide moment, and this might be the time for Darsh to come down pit road. Now this will be it. Tessitore comes down pit road, but Nick Stubb has already come down pit lane. Excuse me, Nick Stubb has not come down pit lane yet, but he does so here on lap 17. Krassenberg also down pit lane now. And these wonderful pit lane cameras. Tessitore is out. Nick Stubb is out with a 12-second gap now to Tessitore out in P1. Krassenberg comes out next. Behind is going to be Jack McCarthy, who's going to come out next to Daniel Moffat. And Moffat is through on Jack McCarthy. McCarthy back down into P5. Moffat gains 2 from where they started the race from P6. Mark Richards on their recovery run right now in their battle for P11, chasing down Tommy Harala out in P10. The 420 and the number 11. Actually, that's the number 12. And interestingly enough, Tommy Harala, check your number plate whenever you get a chance, as it says you're the number 11, but I'm seeing the number 12 attached to you. Now Richards is doing everything he possibly can to close down the gap to Harala out in front and get those coveted points that he desperately needs in this championship. 2/10 back, maybe a little too far back to make anything work on this occasion, but he's definitely going to make another look again. Kenyon on track says no sound. Okay, there is sound now. Yes, we did have a slight technical hiccup. Thank you very much for letting me know, Kenny. Here is Mark Richards still chasing down Tommy Harala. Let's look at those lap times really quickly. We're going the way of Richards lap after lap. Oh, the big lockup from Tommy Harala forces Mark Richards into a mistake as well. Monkey see, monkey do. Now, are we catching up to Simpkins ahead? No, Simpkins definitely has the pace. After that, lap 1 drama has gained 3 positions from where they eventually started this race. 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining on the clock here tonight. Want to give a big shout out and thanks to all of our Patreon subscribers here with the Sausage Dodgers from tier 1 down to tier 3. You guys literally keep the lights on and the servers going so we can race every single week. Mark Richards trying to find an alternate line around the outside of Tommy Harala, now into the chicane. Really can't find an opportunity at 6 and 7. It's a bit dangerous of a move there. We saw the 3 wide. We see this go wrong as Richards gets a wiggle. I'm not sure if he touched Harala there or if he did it all on his own, just stuck in the dirty air, but you can see bits of debris coming out from Harala's car. I do think there might have been damage there. Now all that hard work has to get done all over again for Mark Richards to get back into P10. Important race for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. I know Noah Osbaldeston is not here tonight, so that gives away a big haul of points as we see Ollie Smith with a bit of a lockup going in towards the first corner. Simon Darsh in P8 behind, chomping at the bit. Luke Monroe in P2 for the championship. Not doing very well, back down into P12, so this does have serious championship implications for the drivers in this field. Of course, a big shout out and thanks to our sponsor of these races, sponsoring the prizes of this championship. It'll be O-Coach giving out the prizes. First prize getting 3 hours of one-on-one coaching. Second prize getting 2 hours of one-on-one coaching. And third prize getting 1 hour of one-on-one coaching. All brought to you by Noah Osbaldeston and the O-Coach team. It's a really big shout out and thanks to that continued support. It doesn't sound like it'll end anytime soon because last time we talked to Osbaldeston about what he wanted to do and what his goals were for O-Coach, it sounded like it was grassroots sim racing becoming a little bit more involved, sharpened, or fine-tuned. I think we all have skills as racing drivers and as sim racing fanatics to get to a certain level. And then there comes a point where we don't know what we don't know, and I think that's where O-Coach can really bridge the gap with data analysis, driver feedback, warm-ups, cool-down procedures. It just helps you tailor what you're already doing into an actual sports regimen and start treating yourselves like athletes as you should. So, I think with the help from O-Coach, we can get that sharpening of our blades, if you will, and become a little bit more refined race by race. So if you're interested in getting a little bit of coaching and assistance where you need it, go ahead and check out O-Coach. Mark Richards still closing down the gap on Tommy Harala, just in the background of this battle here between Simon Darsh and Leslie Simpkins up ahead. Big shout out and thanks to Simon Darsh and the sponsorship of tonight's broadcast and SRD Technology. Big shout out, big thanks to SRD Technology for picking up the tab tonight. And we hope to see you again. We'll talk to Darsh a little bit after the race and talk to him about his company. Three minutes to go. Richards closes down on Harala. And Mark Richards goes a little bit deep at turn 13, but he will get a good run leading in towards 14, and now the most important run down onto the main straight. Stays tucked right in behind Harala, doesn't even glance to the inside line. 3/10 back now. Can he make anything happen at turn 1A? No, too far back again. No happenings at turn 2. And we will be 2 laps left to go, as there's 2 minutes on the clock and the leader of Tessitore has just crossed the line. Battles brewing on the last couple of laps. Moffat chases down Krasenberg, but is chased down by McCarthy, who puts down a new personal fast lap, a 1:34.0. Simpkins chases down Ollie Smith. Richards and Harala go toe-to-toe. And this will officially be the white flag lap this time around. There it is. The mistake from Harala allows Mark Richards to go side by side, but the outside line for turn 2 isn't where you necessarily want to be, as it leads into the inside line for turn 3. It is where Richards wants to be this time around, and he carries the speed through on Harala. So into a points paying position now for Mark Richards finally. Leslie Simpkins, the Sausage Dodgers number 33 driver, has gained 5 positions on their recovery drive tonight. Ollie Smith trying to change that all up right now. Tessitore leads us on the final lap for the final time. It will be 26 laps of running here for Formula SDR. Into the final sector for the final time. Oh no, Ollie Smith crashes on the final lap. Oh no, Ollie Smith, who was having such a good run of things. But it's all up to Tessitore, who led us pretty much from the word go. Had a big battle with Nick Stubb, who will claim P2. Driver from the Netherlands had a great run and a try for P1 earlier on in the event, but we'll be pleased with a P2 finish. Kyle Krassenberg, 4 seconds back from there, will come home in P3 for the 117. Daniel Moffat in P4, battling with Jack McCarthy down to the bitter end of things in P4 and P5. Andrea Pizzetti in P6 with Leslie Simpkins in 7th. Simon Darsh in 8th, Mark Richards in 9th, Tommy Harala in 10th, Ollie Smith in 11th, Luca Monroe in 12th, and Michael Phipps in 13th. Now let's see if we can get some drivers down for some interviews. We'll see if we can get a hold of Alejandro Tessitore and Simon Darsh. Hello, Alejandro Tessitore. How are you, sir?
Hello, hello. I'm good. How are you?
I am living the dream, my brother. How are you feeling after walking away with a nice victory like that?
Nick made me sweat for it before the pit, but it worked out in the end. Don't know what happened to him because he had to pit twice, I think. But yeah, Good, feeling good now.
Yeah, made you sweat a little bit on that race start, that's for sure, and challenged you for that lead early on in the event. But still, yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Stubb. I saw him come down pit road, maybe he had a drive-through penalty that we couldn't quite tell what had happened to him about. But yeah, I mean, for you, it looked like a flawless victory, in my opinion.
um, I wouldn't say flawless. Let's say easier after the pit. Um, but yeah, I wasn't really going 100% close to it, but I didn't want to push too hard and spin into the wall and end my race there.
100%. That makes a lot of sense. Now, is there anybody that you'd like to shout out or anybody that you'd like to thank tonight?
Just say hi to my teammates, to the whole of the Rapelli team, and especially to Claudio, which couldn't race tonight. And yeah, just all of them.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Alejandro. Really appreciate you joining me. Have a great night and stay safe,
No worries,
brother.
you too. See you next week.
See you in 1 week's time. Let's see if we can get someone else to join us. Simon Darsh, or as we like to call him, Simone. In the meantime, we will give a big shout out and thanks to our Patreon subscribers, Leslie Simpkins, Andrew Kenny, Mark Richards, and Jack McCarthy. In the Tier 2 category, we have Mickey Phipps, Andrew Kesserton, and I believe that would be Simon Darsh as well. Yes, it is. And in Tier 3, we have Jack Jacketson. So our sponsor for tonight is going to be, well, not O-Coach. It's going to be not O-Coach. It's going to be SRD Technology UK, and I was hoping to get Simon Darsh in here to answer some questions about his company and kind of what they do here or there and give us a little bit of information, but I'll give you what we have. SRD Technology UK enables your business to work smarter and is the ideal choice for your technology needs. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing innovative and effective solutions to help your businesses succeed. With years of experience in the industry, we understand the importance of staying ahead of the curve and adapting to new technologies as they emerge. We take pride in our ability to work closely with our clients to understand their unique needs and requirements. Our personalized approach ensures that we deliver tailored solutions that are both effective and efficient. From IT support, networking, and security beyond, we have the expertise and resources to help your business thrive. At SRD Technology UK, we are committed to providing exceptional service and support to our clients. Our team is available 24/7 to answer your questions and provide timely assistance whenever you need it. With our reliable and responsive service, you can trust that your technology needs are in good hands. Choose SRD Technology UK for cutting-edge solutions and unparalleled service. Let us help you take your business or organizational to the next level. So, that's going to wrap things up for us here tonight, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's been a pleasure to be your host, as always. I'm the Real High, a.k.a. Sagar Bakshi, taking you from green to checkered flag. But for now, it's time to say goodnight, and we'll see you in a few days' time for the Endurance League. Have a great night, and as always, stay safe out there.